All right, we should be live here. Coming to you all live here from Greensboro, North Carolina. Just kind of hanging out here in the hotel room and just thought I would just go live here randomly. Hopefully, this works out pretty well. I'm just on the hotel Wi Fi, so I don't really know how good the connection is going to be. Looks like it's a little low, but hopefully, this works out all right. I just wanted to try this out here and just see what you guys are up to and kind of kill some time here. I've got a little bit of downtime before sound check. I am going out for this gig here. We got sound check at 5, so it's like 11 a.m. here now, so I've just got some time to kill. And just thought I would just go live and hang out for a little bit, see if what you guys are all up to. A little tired. Last night we went out for a little bit, got here yesterday. Yesterday was just a travel day, but yeah, it took about 7 hours to get here from Nashville, so not too bad. But yesterday was just a travel day, and then just went out to the bar last night, had some dinner, watched some football, which is cool. I'm excited that football's back on finally, so that was cool to be able to watch that. And yeah, it's a pretty low key night though, just chilled, and looks like we got CZ in the house. Hey, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. You're on, Justin. Yep, I am live here on YouTube, folks. Just thought I would just go live here and see who all we could get on here today. And if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop it there in the chat box. I'm just kind of bored here, chilling out in the hotel, so I just thought I would just go live here and kill some time. Like I was saying earlier, I have sound check here at 5, so I've definitely got some time to kill. So just kind of hanging out and wanted to just go live here. Latest videos are doing pretty well, so pretty happy about that. So thank you everybody for watching that stuff. I appreciate it. Hopefully everything sounds all right and looks okay. I'm just on my laptop here. I don't have all my fancy studio stuff to do this live stream today. I'm just coming to you guys live here from the hotel. It's showing on my end that the connection's a little low and it's not the greatest, but hopefully it seems to be working all right for you guys. But looks like here we got some more people joined up, so I appreciate everybody being here. That's really cool. I am still going to be doing my weekly Sunday live stream as well, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be this Sunday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I didn't promote this one at all. I just felt like going live here just because I have some time to kill, like I was saying. But let's see. CZ says here, where's the venue? The venue is like 15 minutes from here, from this hotel where we're staying at. It's a pretty nice hotel. It's pretty nice here. Definitely dig it. But yeah, it's like 15 minutes from here, so I'm not too familiar with the area. But yeah, we're playing here tonight in Greensboro, so that should be cool. Not too familiar with this area. I went to a couple guitar stores actually yesterday when we first got here, which is pretty cool. Found a 51 ES 175, which was priced really, really fairly and really right. But you're just not gonna really do very much damage with those kind of guitars. They're just not really versatile, and they're just not really. It's of course not like a 335 where you could do literally anything with them. Obviously, there's a very, very significant price difference, but a lot of folks with those 175s will actually just take the pickup and the electronics out of it. This one in particular that I found has an original P90 and has the original electronics, but they also made those 175s with original PAFs as well. So really what you're paying for with those instruments is really the pickups and the electronics. Because, a lot of people, it's a really cheap way to get in on getting a real set of PAF pickups or a real, vintage P90, where if you had like a vintage Les Paul Jr. or something that was missing the original pickup, that could be a good way to, find an original P90, cheaper for sure. So, I was kind of thinking about it, but I just really don't need it. I mean, there's really no point. It's a really, really fair price, but just don't really need it. You're just not going to really do very much damage with those ES 175s. They're just not really that great, really. If you're playing jazz, you're just playing clean all the time, then that would be a cool instrument, but there's really no point. I also found a Fender Princeton. It's a non-verb Princeton. That's a tuxedo Princeton, which it has the cream knobs, and it's early, very early '64 Princeton at the local Guitar Center here, which is pretty cool. I plugged up into that yesterday and sounded great, man. It sounded really good. But I have that Fender Super Champ, so I'm just gonna stick it out with that. But that amp just sounds great. I do want to get a '64 Princeton Reverb. I sold that amp, which I regret. I had one that was really cool and it was just mint condition. It was really, really good, really good sounding, and was just in really good condition. But kind of regret selling that, so I'll definitely have to find another one of those. But is what it is. But yeah, folks, looks like we got a couple more people joined up here. I didn't promote this whatsoever, but if you guys have any questions for me, I don't know how long I'm gonna really go and stay live on here. I just thought I would go live here just for a little bit and just kind of see, if we could get a pretty decent crowd. But looks like it's definitely a smaller crowd today. But just thought I would try it, see how it went. I am still going to be doing the weekly Sunday live stream. That'll be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm just doing a one off this weekend, just playing here tonight. And then I'll be back tomorrow, actually, back home to Nashville. So I'll be back in my studio and I could still do my weekly Sunday live stream. So that'll be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So put that down on your calendar. Going to be doing that. These next coming weeks, I have a bunch of gigs coming up. Next week, I'm playing in Michigan, so that'll be cool. That's going to be quite the travel for sure. I think the first venue is like 10 or 10 and a half hours away from Nashville, so we're going way up north in Michigan. So that should be cool though. That'll be a good time. Should be a nice time of year to go up there as well. The weather should really be solid, so playing up there next weekend. Got a couple gigs up there, and then I've got a bunch more Midwest stuff as well coming up. I'm doing it's Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. It's kind of all over the Midwest there. So that's what I've got going on this month, and a lot of Weekend Warrior gigs. So normally these Weekend Warrior runs, it'll be Thursday through Sunday, or it could be Thursday through that following Monday. We have a lot of 3-night runs that are coming up. So there's some that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then there's another one that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So doing that, and gonna be playing a bunch in October as well. So that'll be cool. And yeah, just always love to perform. It's always fun to just take the music to the people and get that instant reaction. It's very different in comparison to doing the videos. It's really cool. I really appreciate everybody's support with all these videos, and it's really cool to share my art with everybody from all over the world. But there's just nothing like performing on stage and playing to a real live audience that's right there in front of you. Just that energy in the room, to be able to feel that energy and to share this art and share the music with everybody. It's really wonderful. So I love touring. I love performing. I really, really do enjoy it after all these years. It's just so fun. So, but it looks like here, folks, we got a few more folks joined up here. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. And like I was saying earlier, folks, I am still going to be doing the Sunday live stream at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll still be doing that as well. I just have some downtime for those that are just joining us, have some downtime before sound check. So I just thought that I would, go live here and just hang out for a little bit. Let's see. We got Michael Davis in the house. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it as always. Did you take the 335? No. So this is acoustic. I'm doing some acoustic duo gigs. This is just a one-off this particular weekend, but I have a bunch of gigs coming up this month. Next weekend is full band, which I'll just take a telly out for that. I have 2 tellies that I'll bring out. This artist that I'm working with, the music is very like traditional country, so a Telecaster is just the perfect choice for this style of music. So I'll take two of them out next weekend. That's a full band run. And then we've got a bunch more acoustic gigs. So I just have this J45 out here for this run this weekend. So yeah, and then I just have a small little acoustic pedal board. I actually did a live stream of me building that pedal board the other day. But it's a really simple setup. I just have a couple pedals. It's just a Peterson Strobo Stomp tuner, and then I have a Boss GE7 EQ just to be able to boost the solos and stuff. Just because when you're playing big chunky chords, big voice chords, it's going to read as one level in the PA. But then when you go to single note stuff, you're going to lose a lot of output with these acoustic pickups. So I try to compensate with the Boss GE7 so that I can really match that level and boost a little bit for the lead part, so I can really jump out within a mix. And a lot of the sound engineers don't know the material that we're playing, so that's why I like to just be able to just boost it myself, just because I know there's a solo section coming up, and the fans of this artist that I'm working with, they want to be able to hear the solos and hear the parts, so I got to make sure I cut in that mix. And then I just have a Strymon Flint, which is just a reverb and tremolo pedal, and I really love it on acoustic, actually. I use it as well with electric, but I think it's very underrated for acoustic. I think it's really, really wonderful, just to have a very simple reverb, just to have a little bit under the fingers, and it's nice to have that tremolo as well. The music calls for particular tremolo parts that really need to be played. It's just very prominent within the song, so it's nice to have that tremolo as well. So I have to have it for this gig, but yeah, that's really it. And then it just goes into a mono DI, and that's the whole setup. So it's really simple. Let's see. Hey James, how's it going? James is in the house. Appreciate you being here. He asks here, is this outing where you go to Michigan casinos? No, that is next weekend. The area is like Petoskey, I think is what it's called off the top of my head. I'm not too familiar with the area up there, but yeah, we're playing there next Friday. It's a full band setup. So I'm not sure where that is in particular to where you are, James, but yeah, that's next weekend. We're doing a couple gigs up there next weekend, so that'll be cool. And then I've got a bunch more Midwest stuff coming up this month as well. Um, so let's see. James says, bummer. It's very far north. Okay, yeah, that's what it seemed like. I checked it out earlier because I know we were talking the other day about it, and I was gonna let you know about it, but it seems like it is way the hell up there. I mean, from Nashville, it's like 10 and a half hours or something. I mean, maybe even farther. I could be mistaken. Like I say, I'm not too familiar with the area, but yeah, it is way the hell up there, it seems like. So, should be cool though. The casino looks pretty nice that's up there. So, always love casinos. I love the energy in these casinos. It's always fun. They're really good gigs too. They always take care of the band really well. Um, really, really good accommodations for sure. So, that'll be fun. But yeah, I got a bunch more Midwest dates coming up this month. Playing Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota. What else are we doing? Yeah, Michigan next weekend, and then we're doing some West Coast stuff next month, so that'll be cool. And yeah, just looking forward to it. So just have some time to kill, folks. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop it there in the chat box there. I'd be happy to answer any and all questions. Um, I've just got some time to kill here. I'm just here in the hotel, just chilling. So I just thought that I would just go live and hang out with you guys for a little bit. Hey, we got Anders in the house. Hey, Anders, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. This was a pleasant surprise. Hi. Yeah, thanks so much, Anders. Appreciate you being here. Yeah, like I was saying, I'm just kind of hanging out here and wanted to go live and see what kind of a crowd we could get going here on a Friday live stream. I am once again, folks, going to be doing the Sunday live stream, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be back home in Nashville. This is just a one-off here this weekend that I'm doing, just playing tonight here, and then I'll be back home tomorrow, actually. So really quick run this weekend, but got a super busy month this month. So um, I'll keep you all posted as to when I'm going to be doing the weekly live streams. It may be something like this where I'm from a hotel room or something, and maybe it's on a Friday or a Saturday or something instead of it being the usual Sunday 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Um, but I'll keep you all posted, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, really easy gig, just playing a 90-minute set here tonight, and it's a really really easy setup. It's just getting out here. This was like 7 hours from Nashville, so um, a little bit of travel, but not too bad. Did some guitar shopping yesterday, like I was saying earlier. Found an ES 175, which was pretty cool, but very, very fair price on it for sure. And it has the original P90 and the electronics, which is surprising for that guitar because a lot of people would rip the pickup out and rip the electronics out. And then, like this one, for example, has a P90 in it. So, a lot of people would put that in a Les Paul Junior or Les Paul Special or something like this. But they also made them with original PAFs as well. So a lot of people will take the pickups and the electronics out and then they'll put them into whatever instrument that they're trying to put it into. So it's definitely, really what you're paying for with those instruments is really just the pickup and the electronics. But really with those 175s, I was playing it yesterday and it played well. I mean, it was cool, but it's just one of those things like if you're a jazz player and you're just playing clean all the time, then that would be a really cool guitar. But I mean, I'm just not really a jazzer, so I just don't really need it for anything. Let's see. Anders asks here, are you bringing your 335 on the road? No, I'm not going to bring it out on the road. It's really just more for myself as a player, for recording, for the inspiration, for writing songs. And it's also for myself as a collector, because they're just so valuable and so rare. And really, to find one in that kind of condition is just almost impossible. I mean, for it to be 100% original with no drilling, no Bigsby holes, no breaks, no changes whatsoever, it's just very, very rare and very hard to find an example like that. So I'm just going to keep it in my studio. For special occasions, for special gigs that I take, I may bring it out where I'm in total control of it. But I don't want any kind of stage hands or anybody touching it. I just want to have it just for myself. And if it's a gig where I'm in total control of this instrument, then I'll bring it out. But it's really going to be for a special occasion. It's more for studio, more for recording, more for writing, more for myself as a collector. I really wanted to get in on something that was just like a holy grail instrument. I had some player grade stuff and I had some tube amps that I wanted to just offload because I had so much stuff in my studio and I just wanted to declutter. And it just feels so good to just declutter and to just pare down. And I started having this idea as of late to really just pare down and to get in on a holy grail instrument. And to my surprise, they accepted trades on that 335. So the wheel started spinning right away, and I was just like, man, I think I could definitely make this happen. So I offloaded some instruments and some tube amps, like I was saying, but it was well worth it. That guitar is just magic, man. It's just wonderful. And again, I mean, they only made so many 335s in 1961, right? And the whole thing is with those is that what makes it so valuable is, of course, the instrument and how incredible it is and how well it plays and stuff and the PAF pickups and everything. But how many of those 1961 ES335s have actually survived after all of these years without being broke or without being modified or drilled into or routed out or some kind of BS? And that's the thing with that guitar. It is just 100% original. It is exactly like it would have been in 1961. There's never been any modifications, and it's just to die for, man. It just sounds and plays so good. So I'm so happy with that guitar, man. It's just amazing. So I just absolutely love it. But this run this weekend is acoustic duo, so I just have my J45 out here, and I just have a small little pedal board that I was just talking about a little bit ago. But I did a live stream on that acoustic setup. It's just to run it down quick. It's a very simple setup. It's just a Peterson tuner, a Boss GE7, and a Strymon Flint. So really, really simple setup. But this is an acoustic duo gig here this weekend, and then next weekend is a full band situation. But the music calls for a Telecaster. It's a lot more traditional country. So I'm just gonna bring two of them out on the road, one for a backup, and I'll just use one the whole night. And for that run for the full band setup, I'm gonna try to get away with using the throw and go setup, just that little Nano Plus that I built recently, and run that into a deluxe reverb reissue. So really, really simple setup, and really sounds great. So let's see. We have here Eric is in the house. Hey Eric, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Ever try a Quilter Super Block US? No, I'm not familiar with that stuff. Never tried that. There's just so much gear out there. It's crazy, man. It's hard to keep up with for sure. For me, I'm very traditional. I love Fender Vox Marshall amps. Um, and for me, that's just it works great. And I try to spend more time playing guitar than worrying about like all of the gear and stuff. I understand the gear is important, and that like especially as a professional musician, I like to have, two different pedal boards, one that's a throw and go setup, one that's a fully featured pedal board that's totally versatile and can do just about anything. Um, that's a bigger pedal board, so there's some more effects and more stuff that I can program up. So I understand the importance of that stuff, to be able to recreate these sounds, especially live or just for writing in general, or if you're recording or whatever. But I try to spend just more time playing guitar and just really knowing these instruments. I really don't want to have a lot of different gear, and all this different stuff. I like to, just really know the instrument inside and out, and just spend more time playing guitar and really just be inspired by the instrument itself. And then from there, with these pedals and stuff, I just kind of elevate the sound and whatever it is that I hear in my head. If I want more gain, or if I want to program up a rotary sound, a tremolo, that's what I really like with that JHV3 M9, or even the HX Effects is really cool from Line 6 Effects. It's really awesome with that thing because you can just reprogram it to do whatever the hell you want. I mean, any effect you want off of that thing, you can get it to do. And it's really inspiring because whatever effect that you hear in your head for this particular part, if, like I was saying, you wanted a rotary or a tremolo or a dotted eighth or a reverse delay, something like this, you could very easily program that sound up within that Line 6 effects pedal. So that's what I really like about that thing. It's really cool. And I just don't like to spend a lot of time with the pedals and going down that whole rabbit hole of, chasing tone and all that stuff. I just want to play guitar. And as long as I'm inspired by the instrument, I can make whatever sound work. It's just for myself, I do like the Fender Vox Marshall tones. My favorite is a Marshall for sure. But Fenders, of course, are great with a pedal board, and Vox is just a very unique sound. That with a Telecaster is a really, really great combination. So just depends on what I'm going for and what I'm hearing in my head. Let's see. Paco's in the house. Hey, Paco, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Let's see. Would you say it's easier slash more convenient to get at a session with a Nashville type of pedal board than, let's say, a more random or unusual choice of pedals? Um, man, honestly, it's all about whatever inspires you, Um, for myself as a player, I mean, I write a lot in my home studio, and I write a lot for these YouTube intros and stuff like this. And I'm not really a session player. I have done some sessions in the past, in Nashville, but I don't do that stuff like all the time. I do some, but not very many. I mainly tour as a Nashville musician, but that said, a lot more sessions have been coming in where I've been doing a lot more at home sessions. But yeah, I think it's cool with like the pedal board, like a Nashville type of pedal board, right? Because if you're plugged up into a Fender amp, you can elevate the amount of gain that you're playing with. So like I have that RC boost and the Nobles ODR1 pedal, and it's just really cool because there's somewhere that you can go with this sound. You're not just stuck within one particular gain pedal, right? And the amount of gain that that will give you. So the way that I like to do it personally is I like to have two different gain stages. So I have this Nobles ODR1 thing, and then I have the Analog Man King of Tone, which is a totally different EQ and totally different amount of gain in comparison to the Nobles ODR1. So the Nobles has this very dark, there's a lot of low end, it's a very low to medium gain kind of style drive, and then I'll boost it with an RC boost before the Nobles just to elevate the amount of gain and take off a little bit of low end. And then when I'm really trying to cut within a mix, I really want this guitar to jump out. I personally like to run the Boss GE7 after the Nobles. There's some guys that like to do it pre-drive, but I already have that covered with the RC boost pre-drive. So I like it post because I find that the EQ is a lot more effective when it is post-drive. And so that's what I try to go for within my solos, is I really try to get this guitar to really jump out. And the EQ is really wonderful because you can re EQ whatever instrument or whatever sound you're hearing, whatever amp you're plugged up into. It doesn't really matter. Sometimes I'll come across backline amplifiers that I don't really like. Like, I don't really like twin reverbs at all for electric guitar. I just don't like them. They're very mid scooped and they just don't sound great. So you can use that EQ to reshape the tone of your instrument and the amp. So it's really, really versatile and really good. But that's just my approach with the pedal board stuff is that I like to be able to go somewhere with this sound. I don't ever want to be just stuck with like one gain stage. I like to elevate the amount of gain that I'm playing with so that depending on what part I'm trying to play and whatever it is that I'm hearing within my head, I just want to be able to have a display of pedals that I can just click on at any given time. And that's also why I don't like to do any kind of like MIDI switcher stuff, like any loops or any of that stuff. Just because I like to have a pedal board in front of me where I can really paint this picture and really be able to, again, elevate the amount of gain I'm playing with. And just at any given moment, I'm able to click on whatever pedal I want and whatever it is that I'm hearing in my head, it's all just right there in front of me rather than it being in a rack off stage or something that's controlled by a MIDI controller. It, of course, depends on the production, it depends on the band you're working with, and depends on the show and stuff. But just for myself as a player, I like to just have a pedal board in front of me that I can just, click whatever pedal I want on at any given time. So. Let's see. Ben's in the house. Hey, Ben, how's it going? Happy Friday, my man. Happy Friday. Thanks so much for being here, Ben. I appreciate it. Folks, by the way, I should go ahead and take the time to mention here that this live stream is a donation of time. And if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys would like to support this channel, there are several links linked down below in the description box and ways that you can support this channel. I have a Venmo tip jar, a PayPal tip jar, or feel free to throw a little super chat here in today's live stream. I offer one-on-one consultations as well. I'm teaching people from all over the world. I mainly teach guitar lessons on there, but we could turn these consultations into whatever the hell you guys want it to be. If you want it to be more about the music business or more about anything, I mean, whatever you guys want to turn this stuff into, I'd be happy to do. So send me an email today at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. Let's see here. Eric says here the idea is that it's a solid state amp that can be run direct or through cab, but you still use your own pedal board. Check it out for sure. They sound so good for solid. Cool. Yeah, I'll take a look. it's just to me like I could just run a Princeton or a deluxe reverb, and that just works great. I mean, to me, I know that stuff so well at this point that I just probably would rather stick it out with that. But I'm always open to checking out new stuff. Let's see. Ben says here, what's the plan for the weekend? So yeah, I'm just playing here tonight in Greensboro, North Carolina, and it's just a one-off this weekend. So I'll be back home in Nashville tomorrow, and I'm gonna go watch the Vols play, which that'll be pretty cool. And you know, probably toss back some beers tomorrow night watching the game, and then I will be live on Sunday because I'll be back home in my studio at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm still going to be doing the weekly Sunday live stream. I just have some downtime right now here in Greensboro. I'm just kind of chilling, and I don't have to do anything until 5 p.m. So I still have 5-ish hours, I guess, right now. So I just thought I would go live and just hang out with you guys and, see what everybody's up to. So yeah, I'll be doing that. And then next weekend, I'm playing in Michigan, um, which is going to be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a full band run. And then I've got a bunch of more acoustic gigs coming up. I'm doing like a bunch of Midwest stuff. I'm doing Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Michigan, all these gigs. So it's going to be really busy next couple of months. Next month, I'm going to be playing in Tennessee, playing in Florida, doing West Coast stuff as well. So doing a lot of Weekend Warrior kind of stuff coming up here. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Eric's in the house. Hey, Eric, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Very early supporter, folks, here. Eric was a very early supporter, and I don't forget that, and I really appreciate that, Eric. Thank you for that. But thanks so much for being here. He says here, hey, Justin, what brings you to Greensboro? I'm just down the road in Raleigh. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. I'm just playing here tonight, and looking forward to it. It's a private event that we're doing here tonight. But yeah, just hanging out here. I got in yesterday. If you happen to have any suggestions of any cool places to check out, I went to a couple guitar stores yesterday that were pretty cool, um, and that was a lot of fun. I found a ES-175 that's a really, really good price. So I don't know if you're in the market for one of those, but it's a really good deal on this local music store here. But yeah, just playing here tonight, just a one-off, and then I'll head back tomorrow, back home to Tennessee. So, man, let's see. Paco says here, thanks, man. Happy Friday. Thank you, Paco. Appreciate you being here. And once again, folks, if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream, again, this is a donation of time, so any and all support is really appreciated. If you guys would like to tip the channel and you guys would like to support the channel, I have a Venmo and PayPal tip jar. It's all linked down below in the description box. There are also several other links that are linked down there, and you can support this channel. So go and check out all that stuff. And any and all support, once again, folks, is always really, really appreciated. Let's see. Keith is in the house. Hey, Keith, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Break a leg and go big orange, Justin. Yeah, go Vols. Appreciate you being here. That's awesome. Man, we've got a good crowd here, a good turnout today. This is just amazing. It always blows my mind just being able to just go live at any given time, and I can get a decent crowd here on YouTube. It's really wonderful. So, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Once again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave it there in the chat box. And, just killing some time here. I don't have to do anything until 5 p.m. today. So, not saying I'm going to stay live that long. But, I just have some time to kill here. Probably going to grab some lunch here in a little bit. But, yeah, let's see. Eric says here, I'm a Tumnus, the Wampler Tumnus, and OCD, full tone OCD overdrive is what he's referring to here, folks. You like those at all? Um, I don't mind the OCD. I actually have, just to collect, I have the very first version that they ever came out with the full tone OCD. I was playing down in Daytona Beach, and I happened to find it at a local shop there, which was pretty cool. And I like the way that thing sounds. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not a big pedal guy, really. I mean, I have a couple different pedal boards, like I was talking about, but I just really like the Line Six stuff. That stuff is just incredible. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. I cannot say enough good things about it. It's so easy to use, and the only thing with the Line Six stuff, honestly, is that I don't like the drives that are out of those, like the M9 or the HX effects. And I also don't like the amp modeling, just in my own opinion. There's no right or wrong way, though. I mean, everybody has their own opinion. But I just love the delays and the modulation, and just the effects out of those things are just absolutely incredible. And even the HX1 that I've got on my little throw and go pedal board, I mean, that's really all I need, because a lot of the time I'm just using that HX to have one specialty effect, whether that's a reverse delay, or if it's a dotted eighth thing, or if it's some kind of a rotary or something like this. It just depends on the part. But that's a lot of the time what I'm using it for, is I just have the one effect programmed up depending on what song that I'm playing. So I just love the Line 6 stuff. That stuff is absolutely incredible. And the Nobles thing, I honestly didn't really like the Nobles thing. For a long time, I had a couple of them actually that I had collected, and I just had put them in the box because I had the original box. And back in the day, those were selling for like 200 or 250 bucks tops if it had the box. And so I at one point had two of them, and I just had put it away in my closet. And then years later, I just decided to sell them, and I couldn't believe what they were going for. So I decided to sell them, and I actually sold those two to Guthrie Trap actually. But I just never was a big Nobles guy, to be honest with you. But then I found this Ram Nobles ODR one that I have on my main pedal board now, and I just absolutely love it, man. It's just that particular one is just so good, and it really taught me a lesson with those, that they're all different. The original ones, they're all different, and that Ram Nobles, I will never get rid of that pedal. I mean, it's just phenomenal. So, but yeah, I'm not really a big pedal guy, man, to be honest with you. I just want to play guitar and play my instrument down, and be inspired more by the instrument than any kind of pedal. I just, again, really like the Line 6 stuff, because whatever effect that I need, you can just very easily program off of that thing with a couple, with just a knob turn. I mean, so it's just really wonderful. Let's see. Magic Matt's in the house. Hey man, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. You use anything for Univibe sounds? I haven't found anything digital that comes close. Yeah, so Univibe is cool. I really like it. I don't use it a lot. And yeah, I agree. The digital thing is, it's hard to recreate a real Univibe for sure. But I just don't really use that kind of sound a lot. I mean, for modern country or even traditional country, I very rarely use that sound. Modulation wise, I'll use a phase 90. Of course, like a tremolo, you know, but that's really about it. I don't, a Univibe, I very rarely use. It's a very particular effect, very particular sound. But yeah, I agree that the digital stuff, it has a hard time recreating that Univibe for sure. Very different, definitely. Um, but yeah, folks, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate this again. And, if you guys would like to support this channel, check out all the links that I have linked down below in the description box. These live streams are truly a donation of time. I mean, I just have some time to kill here before my gig here tonight. I don't have to do sound check until 5, so I still have 5 hours left. But I'm probably going to grab some lunch here in a little bit. But thanks again for being here so much. I really appreciate it. And once again, if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to drop it there in the chat box. I'd be happy to answer them. So, Magic Matt says here, I don't use it very often either, but I love the sound. Yeah, it's a really cool effect. I dig it too, man. I hear you. I just don't really use Univibe either, all too much. So, I honestly would love to have a real one. I would love to get a real vintage one, but they're not cheap. And it's kind of one of those things like, because I don't use Univibe all that often, like it's hard for me to justify spending, $4,000 on a real one. So, you know, it is cool though for sure. I would love to have one to collect. And Anders here with the super sticker. Thanks so much, Anders. I appreciate it so much. Seriously, that really means a lot to me. Um, I would love to give you some sound effects from my board, but I don't have that here with me. So, I just say thank you so much for the support. It really means a lot to me. And, it really, really helps me out a lot. And once again, folks, if you guys yourself would like to support this channel, any and all support is always really appreciated. Again, these live streams are truly a donation of time. I just really do this because I like to connect with you guys, and I find this is a really wonderful platform to connect with everybody and to just show my appreciation for everybody that watches the show and appreciates my music and my art. It really just means so much to me. So, but really at the end of the day, these live streams are a donation of time. So once again, any and all support is really appreciated. If you guys would like to send a super chat here in today's live stream, I also have a Venmo or PayPal tip jar that's linked down below in the description box. And I also offer one-on-one online consultations. I'm teaching people from all over the world, and I've even taught Anders here. These one-on-one consultations are absolutely incredible. It's all filmed on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio. And what's so cool with these lessons is that you actually will get a recorded copy of the lesson itself at the very end. So you could always refer back to it and download the video and rewatch it as many times as you'd like. So all of the information that I give out within these lessons, you're able to keep on a recording, and you can always go back and rewatch the video over and over and over again as many times as you'd like. And it's just a really wonderful platform. Within my studio there, there's no glitching up, there's no freezing up, and the setup is just incredible. It's all filmed on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio. So send me an email today at jkm4231@gmail.com for some more information on this. I'd be happy to get you all down in the books today. Thanks again, Anders. Seriously, I really appreciate that super chat. So Eric says here, in your studio, what DAW are you in, and what's your preferred tracking chain? Amp in the room with a 57-121 split. Yeah, so I use Logic Pro, and I have both of the mics going into the Apollo interface that goes into the laptop, and it's just really wonderful. It works incredibly well, and then I just double mic up the amps with a with a Royer 121 and a Shure SM57. The biggest thing is with those double mics, when you're double micing a guitar sound, is you have to make sure that both microphones are in phase. So that's something to really look out for and really make sure and spend the time to make sure that those microphones are in phase. You don't want the 57 hearing the speaker before the 121. You want them to be hearing the speaker at the exact same time. So that's that there. Let's see. William's in the house. Hey, William, how's it going? Do you have a preferred chorus pedal? Yeah, I really like the Arion Stereo Chorus. I love that thing. It sounds so good. It's just mind-blowing how good it is. I don't have it on any pedal board, but I just keep it in my studio for whenever I need that sound. What I really like about that is that if you keep the rate knob down low on that pedal, you can get a chorus effect, but then when you increase the rate, you can turn it into more of a rotary, which is really cool, and it's just a really wonderful sound. So yeah, definitely the Arion Stereo Chorus is really, really killer. I love it. And Anders says here, can confirm that the lessons are awesome. My mind was blown with all the useful concepts you went through. Thanks so much, Anders. I really appreciate that. yeah, I really work hard at those lessons, and I really want it to be worthwhile for everybody that is signed up. And I want everybody to have a good experience and really get a lot out of them. So I really appreciate the kind words there, Anders. Thank you for that. Um, that's really wonderful, and I'm so glad that you enjoy them for sure. It really means a lot to me. And when I set out to start doing this, I really wanted it to be worthwhile for everybody that was signing up. I didn't want it to just be on like an iPhone and it looks and it sounds like crap. Like I really wanted it to be really professional and really solid. So I'm really happy with the way that it came out, and a lot of other people are really happy with it too. So thank you for that, Anders. I appreciate it. Let's see. William says thank you. Yeah, no problem. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. And once again, folks, check out all the links linked down below in the description box. There's many ways that you can support this channel. These live streams are a donation of time. So if you guys feel like you got something out of today's live stream and you guys would like to support the channel, once again, I have several other links linked down below in the description box in ways that you can support this channel. So check out all that stuff. I'm just hanging out here in Greensboro, North Carolina, getting ready here. I'm playing a gig here tonight, and I've just got some time to kill, so I just thought I would go live here today. And it's been a really wonderful crowd here today. Thanks for all the engagement and the support. It's really cool. And yeah, I just got some time to kill, and I just thought I would go live here for a little bit. So this is always fun, man. I always love doing these live streams. It's just cool to be able to connect with everybody, and just amazes me all the people that watch my channel from all over the world. And it's just amazing too. I mean, legends in the music business watch the show. I mean, it's amazing the people that have reached out, that I've heard from, that I've seen in person. It's just been incredible. I just can't even believe what this has done for my career and what it's done for myself. It's just really, really wonderful. So, and that was the thing too. Even like I was talking about the lessons and how I really wanted it to be really solid. Something about myself is that I'm really a quality snob. I really want it to be really good. I really want it to sound good, and I really want it to look good. When it comes to making videos, I will say that I'm very new at doing that kind of thing. I'm a lot more experienced in audio, obviously, and in music, obviously. With video and stuff, that is something for me that I'm still working on and I'm still learning a lot more about. Um, so for myself with these videos, like I don't really spend a lot of time like editing and doing all this stuff. I just want the audio to be good, and to line up with the video, and I want it to sound good and look good. And I'm really happy with the way that the videos have been coming out. It's definitely been cool, but just been a learning curve for sure with learning how to make these videos. So, that's really my thing there. But that said, I really want it to be good. And it's just amazing the feedback that I've gotten from so many people from all over the world. And, I'm talking like even legends in the music business. I mean, it's just amazing the people that watch the show. So it really, really means a lot to me. And I really want it to be good. Like I was saying about myself, I mean, I'm just a quality snob. I really want this stuff to be good. And I spend a lot of effort and a lot of time, a lot of money on this stuff to make it good quality. I just don't feel good about it. If it's not good quality, it doesn't feel good to me. And especially when I'm charging people for my lessons and stuff, I want it to be just incredible, the best of the best that I possibly can make it, because that's how I would want it if I was a student, if I was taking these lessons. I would want it to be really good quality. So, and that's why I teach people from all over the world. So, once again, send me an email at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. There's a bunch of links linked down below in the description box and ways that you could support the channel. So, check out all that stuff. It really means a lot to me. And once again, folks, if you guys have any questions for me whatsoever in today's live stream, feel free to drop it there in the chat box. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep going for, but we'll see. I guess it just depends on the engagement. Like I say, I've got some time to kill. So, let's see. We've got a new name in the house here. Daniel's in the house. Hey, Daniel, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Let's see. How were your early days in Nashville as far as getting going in the scene? It was interesting. I mean, I didn't know anybody. I didn't go to college or anything. I'm high school educated, but I just was like, man, if I want to be a musician, I have to be where the music is, and I just have to be where the scene is, and I just have to get out there and just start meeting people. Um, so when I first moved there, I didn't know anybody. I didn't have any friends or any family in Nashville, and I had visited several times with my dad before moving down, and I really liked it. It was a very different town back in those days. It was very slow pace, and it was just beautiful. I mean, it was like you were just living in the country, and people were super nice and just like really cool and really welcoming. And you know, so I decided to move down, and I didn't know anybody. I mean, I started working at a grocery store actually back in those days, and then actually one of my first jobs was working at Second Gear, which was owned by Tom Bukovac, and that's actually how I met him. Was way back when. I was literally brand new to Nashville, and I had no idea who he was. Um, and I just happened to be in there one day after working at this grocery store, and I loved the gear, and I loved vintage guitars, and I loved collecting stuff. And so the whole thing with this shop was like, it was called Second Gear, right? Where like they would take in consignments and stuff, and there'd be all these vintage guitars and just all this used stuff, all this used gear, for just incredible prices, to be honest. I mean, I wish back in those days I had more money. Like, if I could be where I'm at now back then, I would have just bought up so many vintage guitars, because the prices were just insanely cheap. But I happened to be in there one day, and I overheard Tom talking with somebody there that they were looking for a punk ass kid to come work for them. And so I was like, well, I mean, man, this is a pretty cool gig. It seems like, I mean, I was definitely interested. I was talking with myself about it. And then as soon as Tom was done with that other guy, that other customer, I went up to him and I said, hey, man, how about me for the job? And so we started shooting the shit and started talking, and then we just really hit it off. We have a very similar like sense of humor, and we just really connected. And it felt like I really knew the guy like for many years. I mean, that's just how it felt when we first met. And then he was like, well, shit, I mean, come in tomorrow, at 10. You're hired. You're brought on. So then I started going in there, and there was a partnership there with his friend Rick. And I remember running into Rick, and I was like, hey, Tom hired me to start working here. And Rick didn't know anything about it and this and that. And but that said, it ended up working out, and I started working there and everything. And yeah, it was just a really cool experience. I mean, it's really how I learned about the scene, and how I learned about Nashville, and how I learned about being a musician, and really how musicians made a living. And you know just a lot more about the music business. I mean, it was really my college education in learning more about the business, and I learned a lot from there for sure, which was really cool. And I wound up with some gear as well, actually, with working there. I used to have it was a '76 Les Paul Custom that was just a boat anchor, man. It was so heavy, but I remember I paid $1,000 for it. So it was a steal. I mean, it was all original. It was just heavy as hell, and I only paid $1,000 for it. So I held on to it for so many years, and that was actually my first touring guitar. So I brought that out on the road, and my first rig in town, well, I had, I guess, two really. I just had a '78 JMP 100-watt Marshall, and then I had that going into a Bogner 212 cabinet that was just mic'd up, my 57. And then I just had a small little pedal board, just like a tuner, and I was using this exotic BB Plus that I would just boost the front end of the Marshall with. And I had one of those Line 6 M5 pedals where you could like reprogram all the different sounds, just like the HX1, but it was like the original version of it. So that was my first like pedal board setup that I had, and then I also had a deluxe reverb, just a reissue that I used for a while. So depending on the gig, if I was touring, I would bring out the Marshall. If I was playing more of a club, I mean, even on tour as well, I would bring out a deluxe as well. It just depends on the gig. So yeah, that was my first setup, but I got a lucky break early on, where I had bought actually this full tone OCD, which is actually kind of funny. We were talking about that pedal a little bit ago in today's live stream. But I found this Rico signed OCD pedal on Craigslist for $70, which was an absolute steal. Those are really good sounding. And so I called the guy up and I was like, hey man, would you mind if I just tried it out before I pay you, just to make sure it works? And he was like, yeah, for sure, that's cool. So we just met up at Guitar Center in Berry Hill there in Tennessee. And I just plugged it up real quick just to make sure it was working. And he obviously had heard me play, this guy, because he was standing right there as I was testing out this pedal. And he was like, damn, man, you can really play. He was like, man, I would love for you to come play for me one day. And, I kind of thought it was kind of BS. I was just like, okay, man, like, sure, it's some Craigslist guy. But it turned out to be an actual tour. So I got my first opening slot um, with this artist that was direct support for Hunter Hayes, which was really cool. And that was my first experience in Nashville. And that was like about a month into town. So from then on, I've made this my living for the past decade now at this point almost. It's hard to believe. It's been almost 10 years already. It's really, really wild. But it was so fun. I mean, back in those days, like Nashville was just so cool and everything was so new to me. And it was so much more slower pace than it is now. I mean, it's gotten crazy there, man. It is wild. And I feel bad for new musicians that move there now because it's so much more expensive there now than it ever used to be. And I know it's everywhere. I mean, a lot of places have gone up, cost of living wise, but the costs have just gone up in general. But Nashville was never like that, man. It was so slow pace and very affordable, and everybody was very welcoming. And now I feel like the town has changed a lot. It's a lot more cutthroat, and it's a lot more kind of like Los Angeles, which obviously, I mean, we get a lot of people from Los Angeles that move there, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, people hustle, man, now in Nashville. And, just the cost of living has skyrocketed. I mean, it's just a totally different town than it used to be, for sure. But that said, it is still really cool, man. I still enjoy it. I mean, as a musician, it's wonderful. So, I'm just lucky that I got in when I did. I don't know about it now. It's tough, man, now. I mean, it's a lot harder. But yeah, I got my first break doing that, and ever since then, I mean, that's what I've done now for the past decade now at this point. And that's all that I've said like in the past here on this channel. And it's fine. Like everybody offers um, great perspective, and there's a lot of great players out there and stuff. But I just would say, like, what is at least cool with my channel is that I'm actually a professional musician, which is a very rare thing to see on YouTube. And it's just kind of hard for me, at least, to listen to somebody's opinion when it's like, well, what experience do you actually have with doing this stuff, right? And so that's where I think my angle is a lot different. Is that I actually have professional experience, and I've been doing this for the past decade now. So it's really cool, and I bring a lot of experience to the table with doing this. I mean, I've done, I don't know how many tours, how many gigs now at this point. It's just kind of insane, but you know, it's fun, man. I really love doing this stuff. It's really changed my life. It's changed my career. I would say really nowadays you really don't have to be in Nashville. I think it is definitely like, so many people are just obsessed with Nashville, and I get it. It's really cool, for as a musician, but you definitely don't have to be here anymore. I mean, you could be a musician from literally anywhere nowadays, with social media, whether you're on, YouTube or TikTok or whatever social media platform you do. I mean, there's just so much opportunity out there now, and you really don't have to be in a music town anymore. I mean, you could stay home and play with local cover bands, and I mean, especially if you're into country music. I mean, my God, there's clubs in every major city. Every major city, man, there are clubs everywhere, and you could play with local cover bands. You could do your TikTok stuff, and I mean, there's something to be said about that for sure. And you really don't have to be in Nashville. I think so many musicians are like just obsessed with that they have to be here or they're in Nashville. I mean, I'm in North Carolina right now, but you really don't have to be in Nashville. I mean, it's not. There's really no point. I mean, to be totally honest, nowadays with social media. But let's see here. We got Bjorn in the house. Hey man, how's it going? Thanks so much for being here. Hello from Stockholm, Sweden. Very cool. All the way from Sweden, man. That's awesome. Thanks so much, Bjorn. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support as usual. You're a regular viewer here on the channel, so thank you for that. And Daniel said, cool, man. Thanks for that. I'm here dogging it now, so it's cool to hear how others did it. Cool, man. That's awesome. Yeah, well, best of luck to you, for sure. And hope you're enjoying it. Hopefully, Nashville's treating you well. So thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. But yeah, folks, if you guys have any other questions for me, I've already been going now for over an hour now, which is hard to believe. But once again, if you guys would like to support this channel, I have several links linked down below in the description box and ways to support this channel. These live streams are truly a donation of time. So any and all support is really appreciated. And check all that stuff out. Whether you throw a little love in the Venmo tip jar, the PayPal tip jar, or throw a super chat on today's live stream. And also check out my one-on-one online consultations. Send me an email today at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. These online consultations are just absolutely incredible. I mean, the platform is absolutely amazing. There's no glitching up, there's no freezing up, there's no any of this. I mean, it's just incredible how well it works. And it's all pro video and pro audio. I'm here on my laptop in today's live stream, but for my usual Sunday live streams, it's all filmed and shot on a 4K definition camera. It's all pro video and pro audio, and it just works and looks and just sounds incredible. I mean, it's literally as if we were sitting right next to each other doing this lesson. I mean, I've been teaching people from all over the world, and it's just been amazing what that has turned into. So send me an email at jkm4231@gmail.com. Take your guitar playing, your musicianship to the next level. I'd be happy to get you all some more information on this, and I'd be happy to get you down in the books today. So send me an email there. And once again, folks, if you guys have any other last-minute questions here, I think I'm going to sign off here for now. I mean, I've been going for over an hour now, and it's a lot of talking on these live streams for sure, which is fun, but it definitely is a lot of talking for sure. But I always really look forward to these. Come join me on this Sunday's live stream. I'm doing a live stream 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll be live from my studio back home in Nashville. I'm just doing this one-off here today. And then I head back tomorrow. And then I'll be back out on the road actually next weekend. So next weekend, I'm going to be traveling back from Michigan. So I'm going to have to reschedule that live stream maybe to Saturday at some point. I'd be curious what time would be good for you guys. Maybe leave that in the chat box or in the comments or something on today's live stream. I'd be curious what time would be good for you guys. But maybe I'll do it like Friday during the day, maybe something like this from the hotel room, or maybe I'll do it Saturday. I'm not 100% sure yet. But stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know what day and what time I'm going to be doing it. It just won't be next Sunday because we will be traveling back to Nashville from Michigan, which we have quite the journey. I mean, it's going to be like 10 and a half hours, something like this. So, it's going to be a really long journey there. But it should be fun. It'll be cool. It'll be a nice time of year to get up to Michigan. It should be pretty cool. So playing up there, and then I've got a bunch more Weekend Warrior stuff coming up this month for the entire month, and next month as well in October. So be doing a bunch of that kind of stuff, and I'll keep you all posted on when I'm doing that live stream. But For right now, I'm going to sign off, folks. I really appreciate everybody's support once again. Thank you for tuning into today's live stream and checking out my videos. It really means a lot to me. And once again, if you guys would like to support this channel, these live streams, to be honest, they're a donation of time. I mean, I just do it because I'm able to connect with you guys and answer y'all's questions and show my appreciation for everybody out there. But if you guys would like to support the channel, check out all the links linked down below in the description box. There's a lot of different ways that you can support this channel. So check out all that stuff. But until next time, thanks so much again, and come on and join us this Sunday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be live from Nashville, Tennessee from my home studio. So come on by and check it out and get your questions ready. But thanks so much for watching, folks. I really appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time.